Hey guys, today I want to show you my latest GitHub project. It is Slick Carousel for SXA. So I built this as a completely SXA compliant component, along with a feature that can bootstrap itself into your site. So all you need to do is add a site, and you can add this module to existing sites. So it'll go add it, and let's call this site demo. And then on the modules tab, what you want to do is check off Slick Carousel if you want that component added. I do recommend creating a new theme. So we'll call it demo theme. I always usually enable basic and wireframe. Grid Bootstrap is fine. That's the one I've tested it with, but should work on all the other ones as well. So you click OK, it'll go create your site for you. And it will enable the Slick Carousel component in your toolbox. So we'll just give it a minute. As it goes through. Shouldn't take too long. There, just quickly did the Slick Carousel one, and we should be done. So now we have our demo site, and what we're going to want to do is we can just look at the home page in the Experience Editor. Okay, and the Slick Carousel is located under Composites, along with the regular carousel, so we can drag it in. Now, while this will work fine on the first time, the carousel won't initialize itself until you actually save and reload the page. But just adding the carousel to the page, it's really just a placeholder where you need to add Slick Carousel items. So let's add the first one. And here we can put whatever we want. So what I'm going to do is let's do page content. Let's just drag a promo into there. And let's create a new one. We'll call this slide 1. And let's change the image. And since this is a new site, let's upload some it, and we can browse for media files. I downloaded some images off of Unsplash, which I recommend. So let's grab this one. So we can go, this is a sign. And we can do a call to action, but I'll skip that for now. But what I do want to do is let's jump up back to Slick Carousel items and add a second carousel, which gives me another place to drag and drop a promo. Let's close that up. And let's create a new slide. We'll call it slide 2. And let's set this image. We'll upload another one. Let's do that one. See what this says. Go up. So with that, let's save it. And by saving it, it'll reload and it'll actually initialize itself into a carousel. Well, it should. And it didn't, and I remember why it didn't. That's because out of the box, it's going to use one of the incorrect themes. So what I wanted to do is good thing that I forgot to do this. You can actually go to Page Designs, and while the right page designs are there, you do want to change your theme to your custom theme because it does not automatically attach the Slick Carousel theme to your page design. To the default ones. You could do that automatically, but once that's done, I can then refresh it, and now you can see automatically it is a carousel. So I can click here and go through it. Now it is fully editable and things like that. Now this is less interesting as this is a normal Sitecore component. Let's show you how this works with SXA. So one of the first things. So first off, nope, I'm not selected the right thing. So I want to get to the Slick Carousel. So let's go to the carousel. Let's go to the component properties. And the first thing I wanted to do is let's go only 8 columns, and let's, at least on desktop, let's offset by 1 to give us some room. So I can click OK, and save it. So you get the full responsive. We see both the things. Now let's look at Slick Carousel options. So let's go back to the carousel, component properties, and what I've tried to do is take the common settings and make them configurable for content authors. So let's show dots. We can check autoplay, slider behavior. If we want to always just see one over the other, we can explode it. Speed, mobile first. Slick Carousel is very featured with lots of different options. You can even do, I think there's a fade. That's a pretty cool feature. We'll do that. And then there's some size and position for center mode if you're doing multiple items or rows and things like that. But if you wanted to use the full features of Slick Carousel, you actually can pass a comma-separated list of JSON parameters, which will then be passed to Slick Carousel. So it really does open it up. I think you can even use their responsive property to set different settings for different breakpoints to really give you complete control over how this thing works. So this is a very fully featured slider. So I think we added dots and we added a couple other options. So let's take a look and see how that looks. All right, so now you can see we have the dots, and it's now fading instead of swiping. So lots of cool things you can do with this, and this is a slider that you typically end up having to use when the out-of-the-box SXA carousel control doesn't meet your needs, and this does have accessibility features and things like that. So there you go, another component to add to your toolbox and leverage when you need to use it. All right, thanks.